Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. Last week's video got messed up because when I went to edit it, my computer just would not respond. I couldn't even sign into my computer because you had to put in a password and my keyboard would not work at all. I ended up having to totally reset my computer to factory settings because I had no way of signing on or doing anything. So the last couple of days was just messing with the computer and getting it set back up. It was actually a pretty easy fix once I reset it to factory settings. It was a really easy fix. It was just one download that the company did on my computer. They downloaded something and it made it work perfectly. So it was a super easy fix after I reset everything and lost everything, but okay, it's all fixed. Anyways, we're going to work on the barn again today. Yesterday we did mill up a bunch of lumber. I needed to do some for the neighbor because we've been cutting a lot of logs for us and we hadn't given him any yet. So we cut up like 5 logs yesterday. We gave that all to him. And then we cut up 2 logs for us. We got us some 2x6s and some 1x for the outside wall of the barn. Okay, the first thing we need to do is take these 2x4s here and move them down to the ground. So instead of them being level all the way across, they need to be on the ground so we can nail the fence to it. I was wrong. These are Phillips heads. Phillips heads? Yeah, Phillips heads. They're Phillips head screws. Did you bring the Phillips head bit?
Darn tootin'.
So I want to point something out. We do a lot of things here that are temporary. Now this barn itself is not temporary, this is permanent. But some of the things that we are doing to it are temporary because right now we've got chickens spread out all over the place. We've got chickens way down the other end of Barnyard B. We've got the greenhouse chickens. We've got baby turkeys and chickens up by the quail house that need to be penned up so that they can fatten up for the freezer. And we don't have the time to wait. Well, we have the time to wait. It's hard to explain. In order to finish the barn completely the way we want it done is going to take a while because we have to mill a lot more lumber and, you know, it'll take time to build it. Well, right now it's a lot of work to come out here and feed, go down the other end and feed, come out of the yard and go over to the greenhouse and feed those chickens, and you have to bring the feed bucket back, and then you have to go back out there to feed the quail. It's a constant back and forth thing, and I really want all the chickens in one place. So on this side of the barn, it's going to get outdoor pens, but I'm not ready to do the outdoor pens because we'll need some more 4x4s for the corner posts and things like that. So, and it's summertime, so the chickens don't need to be, you know, kept warm or anything like that. So right now we are lowering these bottom 2x4s so that we're going to put the plastic fencing on this entire wall so the chickens will only have the inside of the barn. But that is temporary, and then when we can get to it, it won't be any rush because the chickens will be fine in the barn. But when we can get to it, we'll take that plastic netting down and we will put some siding on this side of the barn and build the outdoor part for the chickens so that they can come out of the barn and into the outdoor run. So that's why some things that we do are temporary. Like I said, the barn's permanent, but some of the walls will be temporary for now because we do have other projects we've got to get done. So this will at least get all my chickens in the same spot. Okay, the bottom 2x4s are all moved. Next step is what? I think we should put in the rest of the floor joists so we can stand up that 4x4 there.
Okay. I didn't bring a hammer.
Yeah, you did. You got 2 of them. Ouch! Right on the end of your wrist.
Yeah, they ain't that tough.
See? Perfect hammer.
Yeah, right.
So now Eddie and Ocean are putting these 2x6s up along these sides here, and that is the height of where the roof trusses will start. So once those are all up, Eddie will come through and cut off the 4x4s at the top of that 2x6, and then the rafters will sit on top of the 4x4s, and also the outside wall will get screwed or nailed to that top 2x6. So that is the total height of our outside wall.
You hand me the screw gun, or I'll get it to mine.
I got it. You stay on the ladder. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday and Eddie has finished cutting off the 4x4s, so the top is now ready for roof rafters when we get around to making those. For now, we did cut up a log. They gave us some wide planks, and it's not enough, but we're going to start putting them on this outside wall, because every time I pull in the driveway I think, man, that barn needs a wall. So we're going to put what we have onto this wall right here on the outside wall. And then we will start putting the plastic fencing up around this so that we can put birds in here. Out. Wait, let's flip it back over. Well, it don't matter. Go all the way down here. That's all the boards we had. We didn't quite make it halfway, but we'll have to mill up another big log or two to finish this outside wall. So Ocean and I started cutting up the plastic fencing, which we're going to use between the pens here. So we've got this plastic fencing. It's got like a, I don't know, a 2x2 square, a 1x2 square. I don't know. It's got squares in it anyways. We're going to put this on the tops of each wall, and that will allow airflow because it's so hot and humid here. We want lots of airflow. But the problem is I just went up to my shop to find some staples and I'm all out. So we've got one more of these lower inner walls we've got to do right here. We've still got to put these wall boards up. Alright guys, I know I'm not much of a YouTuber because I get a bunch of work done and I don't show it. It's just so hot and humid and buggy and you're constantly doing this and it wouldn't make for very good footage. But we put this plastic fence up. Now this is the hallway in the barn, and we put the plastic netting all the way down because we're going to go around from the outside that way and put in our door frame, and then we'll staple it to the door frames and then cut out for the door. We just felt that that would be easier to just run it the whole length and then build the doors and staple it to that. I mean, we could have built the doors first, but I don't have any more 2x4s. So we have finished everything we can do for the barn right now until we mill up some more lumber. Look, the birds already want to be in it. It's looking like a barn though. I like it. I really like the design. I hope that after I get the roof on it, it looks just as good as I'm hoping it will. Good morning everyone. Today is Saturday and we are back to work on the barn. We are determined to get chickens into this barn very soon. So what we did is yesterday we cut up 2 logs. We cut one into these 1-inch boards, which we're going to use for the floor up top. And then we cut another log into 2x6s and 2x4s. The 2x6s will be the rafters for the roof, and the 2x4s are to frame out the doorways in the stalls. So today the plan is to get all of these 1x planks upstairs and nailed down to the floor. It probably won't be enough. I'm 99% sure it won't be enough to do the whole floor, but it's what we could get done. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong. I've been waiting for Eddie to put some blocking in between the floor joists so that, you know, the floor joists don't wobble back and forth when you're up there. And while I was waiting on them, I decided to go ahead and cut the rafters. They were super easy. Measure down 4 foot 9.5, cut it at a 22.5 degree angle, and that was it, just over and over and over and over. So I have all the boards cut for the rafters. We're only making 6 rafters. They are 6 feet apart, and they'll get 2x4s on them to hold them all together, and then metal on top of that. So we've got rafters cut. Don't think we're going to install them today because I still want to get this floor done. And getting the floor up there will make it so that we can stand up there to put the rafters up. So, but they're cut and they're ready. So next up, Eddie should be done very shortly, and then we will start on the floorboards. Well, we got a partial floor here. This part is like, what, 11.5 feet almost. And we still got to do all that. We got a few more planks that we can put up here, and then we're going to have to mill another log or two. We're going to put up the last of the planks, and then I'll show you how much of this we got done. All right, we ran out of planks. That's how much of the flooring we've got done. So really, we've got a little hole here and a little hole there and a bigger hole right there. And let me get down from here, and I want to show you one other thing before we sign off for the day. We put one of the rafters up just because I had them laying there and I wanted to see what it would look like. So we put up one rafter instead of working on the doors. So next week we'll start again and we'll do the doors before we do any more rafters. But I really wanted to see the shape of the roof with the barn and see what it was all going to look like. So I'm very hot, I'm very tired, and I've had enough. So if you guys made it through this whole video, I thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button so that we can get our target goal of 3 likes on this video. Hit the subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll get notified every time I put out a video, so you can choose to watch it or not. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week.